Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is another story time edition. I'm trying to get this video out Sunday. It's been a busy weekend, so if you see it on Monday, it's story time Monday, Sunday, whatever it is, it'll be out at the beginning of the week. So for this video, I'm going to be talking about anxiety. A lot of people have it, a lot of people don't really know what it is, and a lot of people don't really like to talk about it. So I thought that I'd talk about my experience with anxiety and kind of what I did to help myself with anxiety and kind of what it might look like, and just talk about anxiety, y'all. So let's go ahead and get started. So a definition of anxiety is a mental health disorder characterized by feelings of worry, anxiety, or fear that are strong enough to interfere with one's daily activities. And more than 3 million people in the United States have anxiety. So this is very common. A lot of people have it, and a lot of people don't like to talk about it. I know that I didn't, and I kind of held it bottled up for a really long time until I felt like I was going to explode, basically. And now I know that I need to talk about it. And even though I'm a counselor myself, I'm still human. I still have the exact same problems, and this was one of my biggest ones to deal with, was my anxiety. So symptoms of anxiety definitely vary based on the person. Like I said, it is a disorder that involves a lot of worry that can interfere with your daily activities, whether that's like overthinking, thinking about things you have to do in the future, thinking about your past, thinking about what other people think about you. These are some of the things that happen, and that can really interfere with your daily activity. Like something as simple as going to the store can be a hassle. Something as simple as leaving the house can be a hassle because you're always thinking, and that can lead to symptoms of depression, that can lead to isolation, that can lead to somatic symptoms like feeling body aches and pains. I know someone who has anxiety, and they used to have trouble going places because they'd have like a stomach ache or a body part would hurt, and then they'd overthink situations and they weren't able to go. So anxiety can manifest in so many different ways. It's so different to each person. Nothing ever looks the same. The one thing that is common about anxiety that I want everyone to know is that it does not define you. You are not anxiety. It's something that you have. It may be a small aspect of you, and it may affect your entire life, but it's not who you are. And you can overcome it if you know and believe that you are in control of it. Even if it doesn't feel like you are at the moment, you can control it, you can overcome it, and it takes time. It's a process, but you can overcome it, or at least get it to a moderate level to where it doesn't completely affect your day. But I just want you guys to know that if you are suffering from anxiety out there, or anyone you know is, it does not define you. So my journey with anxiety started when I was probably 18 in undergrad. When I first started college, I went to LSU. That's where I graduated from for undergrad, and I loved it, but I did have a lot of anxiety. So I have had a lot of situations where I've gone through different friends, and I've had people talk about me behind my back and think different things about me, which is another story all in its own. But I've had some situations that are really, really difficult, especially for someone with anxiety, like having people talk about you and then having to go in public around different people, and having LSU be such a big campus. Like I literally was thinking things all day long. Like I was always like walking past people thinking, oh, they're probably talking about me. Oh, they're thinking this about me. Like it was really, really bad. I had really bad social anxiety. So when I walked past people, I wouldn't even look at them. I wouldn't even smile. I just keep walking straight forward, and people would just be like, oh, she's stuck up, like she's so rude, she's like in her own little world. It's like she like sees straight through you, she just doesn't even pay attention. And it's like, no, I pay attention, trust me. I'm trying my hardest to get from point A to point B without literally having a panic attack. I would be so sweaty, so nervous, my head would be pounding, my heart would be pounding, because I was so nervous about what other people would think about me. And over time, it kind of evolved to basically any situation in life, like going to the grocery store, going out. Like it was really, really bad. And it even got to a point where I was so nervous that I used to twirl my hair, and then when my anxiety would get really bad, I'd pull it out. So that's when I knew, okay, I need help here, there's something wrong, I need to get this under control. So my worst with my anxiety was definitely when I was in undergrad, and then again last year. And I talked about that in my little breakup story that I did a few weeks ago, about how bad my anxiety got and how I didn't feel good enough and just didn't feel like myself anymore. And anxiety really can do that. It can really make you feel like you're this big, and that's just not okay. So I really had to work with my therapist and work with myself to find ways to get over that and build my confidence back up and build my self-esteem back up, because anxiety can really bring it down as well. So now I'm going to talk about a couple of steps that I took to overcome and control my anxiety, but I also want to remind you guys that every day isn't like the most perfect day, rainbows, butterflies, sunshine for me. Every day varies. I still have good days, I still have bad days, but it's a commitment every day to realize that I can overcome this, I can cope through this, I can work through this, and to stay positive no matter what, because I've made it through all those terrible days and I can make it through them again. Out of every bad day I have had, I've made it here today. So I always try to remember that and know that I can make it through whatever it is. So I'm going to talk about some of the things that I did to help cope. And my first step is so simple. It's just a quote book called Whatever You Are, Be a Good One. It's 100 inspirational quotations hand lettered by Congdon. And this book is just so cute and simple, and I just really love all the illustrations in it, and it has literally hundreds of quotes in here. And I used to make sure that I read one every single day, either before I went to sleep or when I woke up in the morning, because it was really helpful just to read something positive. The next thing that I did was look at Instagram anxiety pages. As weird as that sounds, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of Twitter pages, Facebook pages, Instagram pages. There's everything that you can think of on social media to help you out. And I mean, there's YouTube channels and videos as well, but my favorite was Instagram because I'm always on Instagram. So I'm gonna show you one of my favorites. There is a woman who goes by Anxiety Coach Leah, and she has a YouTube channel as well that she just started, and this is her page, but she is really, really helpful. One day my anxiety was just really bad. I was having a terrible day, so I literally just went on Instagram and typed in anxiety, and a couple of pages popped up, and hers popped up, and she's so sweet. She'll always respond to you. She does life coaching. She has inspirational quotes and videos on her channel as well, and they're just so helpful and inspiring for anyone who has anxiety that is into social media and you kind of turn to that for help sometimes. I loved it because I know that one of my things with anxiety was self-esteem and confidence. So it's hard to look through all these pictures of these like Instagram models who are all airbrushed and stuff, who look perfect, and then feeling down about yourself. But if I go on Instagram and on my feed while I'm scrolling, I see something about anxiety and self-confidence, that's something that can just brighten my day just a little bit. Or if I know exactly where to go to that page, that can brighten your day just a little bit too. So that's what really helped me out. So another thing that you can do is 3 affirmations, which is something that is really simple to do at the end of every single day because it can give you something to be thankful for. So I used to do these before I go to sleep, and if I still remember, then I still do them. But the first one is to remember 3 things that you enjoyed about your day, 3 things that you accomplished in your day, and 3 things that you're thankful for in your day. And at first, it can start off being the most simple things ever. Like, it can be like, I accomplished getting out of bed. Like, the most simple things ever. I accomplished eating. I brushed my teeth. Like, so simple at first, and then over time, you'll realize that these little things add up to a full day of amazing things that you do each day to take care of yourself. And it sounds really simple, but it really, really helps to slow down and realize the things that you do each day that really are magnificent and that you didn't have to do, but you did. So it really helps you to acknowledge and really appreciate everything that you try to do for yourself, even though your anxiety can be crippling sometimes. One thing that I learned from my personal therapist about what to do is something that she calls worry time. So in this, what we did was I had like a rubber band or like a little hair tie or something, and anytime a thought would pop into my head, like a what if, thinking about the past, future, things I have to do, anything that would give me anxiety from like overthinking basically, every time I thought about it when I didn't need to in that moment, I'd pop it. And I mean, I'm not trying to sit here and like literally like cause welts all over my skin, so it'd just be like a tiny little pop, you know, just pull it and release. And I do that every single time. So at first, of course, it was weird because I'm like, I'm just gonna be popping this thing all day long. I mean, I don't understand the point of it, but you have to set a worry time. So say I have like a 9 to 5 and I wake up, go to work, and then at 5 o'clock I like head home. Throughout the day, from that time, whatever you're worried about, you just kind of pop it because it's not relevant at that moment. Like if you're sitting at your desk working and you're thinking about something else later on that you have to do, or something else that pops into your head that makes you upset, just pop it. And then you set your time like at the end of the night. So my time was always like at like 11 p.m. So you just set out like 30 minutes to kind of worry about the things that were bothering you. And over time you'll realize that some of these things that come into your mind are really pointless and they don't really make sense for you to worry about. And you don't need to think about those things. And it kind of made me realize, you know, get those thoughts out of my head and bring them down to like my heart, my gut feeling. And I was like, I don't really care about this anymore. And it actually went away. So that is one of the things that I really had to work on, and one of the things that I still do today. So it's something to try, and it really did help me out. And my last few ones are exercising and journaling. I really love to exercise, but when I have anxiety, I literally have that feeling of being paralyzed sometimes. I'll just like lay down or just literally stand wherever I am and I just don't move. I don't talk, I don't move, I don't do anything, I can't sleep. It's literally paralyzing sometimes. So forcing myself to get up and exercise when I know I wanted to, but I just felt like I couldn't move was like one of my hardest things. So I had to kind of force myself up and get my routine back together, and I got like in the best shape of my life between like last year and this year, and now it's something that's a hobby for me. So exercising really helped me. And you don't have to do like intense workouts. You can do like yoga, stretching, meditating. That's also a form in my mind of exercising, because you're kind of exercising your mind. So meditation, of course, always helps. But also one of my favorite things to do is Blogilates. She has a lot of apartment friendly workouts or like home friendly workouts you can literally just do in your room, and they take like 5 to 10 minutes. So those are one of my favorite things to do as well. And for journaling is also one of my favorite things to do sometimes. I don't do it as much anymore, but if you feel like you can't really talk to anybody about what's going on, you gotta get it out somehow, because it's gonna sit in your head or sit in your mind, and it can really affect your day-to-day activities. So one of the things that I used to do is I just have a little journal just right on my bedside, like in one of the drawers of my dresser drawer, and I just literally just write down everything how I felt. And this was not just like, okay, well today I felt like this, today I felt like that, you know, like simple journaling. Like I would vent, I'd go crazy and write everything that was on my mind and get it out. This is your time to literally just get out everything that bothers you, curse, do whatever you want, but get those emotions out. And then I'd literally just rip it up and throw it away. You don't have to keep that, and I wouldn't, because I mean, flipping through those pages and looking through that again, it was re-triggering for me, but I get it all out, kind of like catharsis, you know, getting that out, throw it away, and I feel a little bit better. And you can also, of course, journal about how you feel on a regular basis, but that one really helped me just to get out all my feelings and just exactly how they felt, write however I wanted to write, and then just throw it out and then just try and go to sleep. So that helped me out a lot too. And also, like I said, I have my own therapist. I've mentioned it to you so many times before that even though I'm a counselor, I have my own therapist because I'm human and I experience things just like anyone else would. So if you feel like you really cannot talk to anyone who you know personally, it's hard to journal, it's hard to cope, talking to a therapist really can help you out. So that's something that I definitely advocate for. And if you feel like it's weird to talk to somebody else who doesn't know anything about your situation, but you'd rather talk to somebody like online, there's online chatting, there's a lot of different things that you can do if you don't want to talk to anybody face to face. And I always let you guys know that if you feel that you can't talk to anyone else, you can always talk to me. If you feel like no one else is listening to you, you can always talk to me and I will always listen to you. People message me all the time on Snapchat. I mentioned because, you know, the messages disappear so we can talk on Snapchat. People send me messages on Instagram all the time. People send me emails too. So if you just want somebody to talk to, I'm here, y'all, and I'm always going to be here for you. So please never forget that I'm on your side. And please don't forget that no one's perfect. I know that one of my problems was being a perfectionist and always trying to be like the best that I could be, but not in a healthy way. So you have to heal yourself before you heal others. Love yourself so that you can know how to love others, and just bottom line, do what's best for you. So these are all of my tips for anxiety and things that I've done to cope. And I really hope that this resonates with some of you guys, and I'd love to know some of your anxiety stories if you feel okay with sharing them. If not, it's totally fine, I understand. But I really do hope this video reaches somebody out there and helps some of you guys. And let me know what other storytime topics you guys would like for me to cover. I do have some in mind, of course, but anything that you guys would like for me to talk about, I'll definitely go ahead and get those out for you. So anything that I mentioned in this video, I'll go ahead and leave in the description bar below, like this book right here. I'll go ahead and leave that down below for you guys. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe. And as always, especially today, I hope you guys feel beautiful inside and out today, because you 100% are. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.